you're using the anchored VWAP incorrectly. So yeah, thank you, Brian Shannon, for the book. But obviously, most of you haven't read this because every chart I see, you're using the most obvious highs and lows to create your anchoring. And in the book on page 68, it talks about buying at news events that are important and using the volume levels that are also extremely high and prevalent because you're using the average volume, right? The V, that's what the V stands in for anchored VWAP, volumes. You need really good key levels. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the volume prices that you can use to anchor your VWAP and exactly how you're going to use it. So what I'm gonna do on the SPY is I'm gonna look at the weekly chart and then we're gonna look at some equities as well. So here on the weekly, we are going to be looking at massive volume levels. And first and foremost, I'm going to be doing my best to talk about some of the past events, of course, based on volume, but also some more recent ones. So if we're here at the COVID lows and you're in TradingView, our boy Brian Shannon got himself his indicator uploaded in TradingView. What a legend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. If you click on this, you'll see anchored VWAP. And if I come down here at the open of this candle, most of you, the way you're doing it wrong, you're doing the exact high and you're doing the exact low of the all-time high or the all-time low. It's too easy. Don't use the lows, use the opens. All right, so the open of this huge, amazing, voluminous candle on March 23rd, all you have to do is click on it. That's what I really like about this indicator is you do one click and you're pretty much done. And what you'll notice is how well not only that particular price worked, but notice how gorgeously it performs into here. Now, on page 20 through 35, Brian talks about how to use the first overall line of the anchored VWAP as your trend determination. So here, this trend was intact the entire time until we started getting this little breakdown. Once we really started getting the breakdown, then at that particular stage, the trend is going to reverse back to the overall what? Average. Average of what? Volume. Hashtag anchored VWAP. And you're anchoring it from, again, important volume price levels. What happens? Well, we trade down and we bounce perfectly off of the anchoring. Isn't that just lovely? And not only do we bounce off of it, we bounce on the broader markets for a 10% little pop. We break below. And again, if I zoom in here on a weekly chart, you can see how gorgeously that the overall anchoring average price works as both a support and a resistance. Now, the best part is that we never got into the bottom band of the VWAP. So what does that mean? Well, again, according to this $56 book, little high, Brian, is it never got into the bottom band, which means that we never were in a bearish trend. Hey, so this was a corrective cycle. And once that corrective cycle doesn't get back into the bottom band and it stays in that overall average volume price, then you can start to know that it's consolidating, it's coiling, and it's ready for what? A strong pop. We get back into the top band, and here's where we are present day. Now, after we've gotten so far extended, very similar to this, we're going to be able to use this band for a while because it's going to be tracking with the overall price action. But if you want to anchor at a new level to get some more information, you can do that. I would highly suggest taking this overall price point and leaving it on the chart for quite a long time because just like back over here, we are well extended above the top band of the anchoring VWAP indicator. What's fascinating about that is my particular opinion, this is just my opinion, COVID was 1987. The two levels are the exact same. And so what I've done on the anchored VWAP is gone back into 1987 and shown myself how the next 25 years are going to work out. Maybe. The goal, and what I think, is the overall markets are going to continue bullish. And the pullbacks will get bought and we will continue to go higher. I still think that we're in the roaring 20s. And if you go back to like 1924, we're in 2024. We got 6 or 7 good years left of the bull market before we get a big one. Let's go back to 1987 since I'm talking about it. And the best way to do that is on the Dow Jones, AKA the DGIA. What you know about back trading 1987? Get at your boy. All right. Here we are on the Dow Jones. By the way, fun fact, Dow Jones, this is from Charles Dow and Edward Jones, you know, the creators of the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, all right. So Dow Jones, the dude, Charles Dow, the GOAT. back to 1987, and I'm going to anchor from the bottom of 1987. I'm just going to show you all what's about to happen over the next 20 years. No big deal. Anchorage, and again, I'm not going to capture this exact low. You could, but that's too easy. Everyone can do that. Who's capturing the open of the reversal? So either October of 87 or December of 87. Personally, I'm going to go from the bottom, which is a one white soldier. And I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take a second. So your boy is going to choose the December 1987 open, and we're going to click on that. It's going to take a quick second, and there we have it. Look at how deliciously delightful this plays out. And check out that top band. So I would say this right here was essentially 2023, give or take. This like really, really strong dip because this was COVID. This is the new high. You have the dip in the market. Look where we pulled back to. Again, Brian Shannon, well done, man. You solved the matrix. We make a new high and then we retest the band, and look how long we stay up in that band. I mean, forever. Just really, really crushing, really, really crushing. And then when we get the big one, right, ultimately we pull all the way back to the band in 2009, that middle average band, which almost, again, called the exact low. And right into here, as we're pulling into the band, again, that was just a normal general correction. Now, I get that you can update it more than that, but hey, since we're looking at 1987, we might as well look at what happened all the way to present day. Oh, COVID was the low of the top of the band. Oh, that's cool. Which essentially means the next huge one, if we're ever buying, ever trying to catch a bottom again, we could use the anchor VWAP from the bottom of COVID or from the bottom of 1987, and this is going to work really well. So I think that's really fascinating. Now, as promised in the video, we're going to look at some equities as well. And equity number one that I'm really watching for 2024 and 2025 is Coinbase. And let me delete all my drawings for Coinbase. And then I'm going to go, and I'm still going to look at the weekly chart. And again, I'm going to do it better than you. I'm going to use a low based on volume here. Boom. And let's go ahead and anchor that bad boy so that we can get some predictive information of where we're going. And we were above the top band for a long time. Now we're going to pop into the daily chart, and we're going to look at 110 on Coinbase as an amazing spot to buy. I'm going to pick up some here because this is a great Morningstar reversal. But what I'm going to do is something that I call the pyramid strategy, which is where you buy a little bit at a higher price and a lot of it at a lower price. What's amazing is I'll draw a blue line here. I'll make that blue. And then I'm going to pop into one of my favorite indicators, which is the long-term moving averages, the 100, 200. I'm going to click on that. And what we're going to see is the 100 is right at 110 also. And that means that's a very, very strong area of confluence, which I think that's a whole nother video. Is it okay if I talk about moving averages on top of the anchored VWAP for additional levels of confluence where you can buy and sell and make more money with your family? I thought so.